Good morning everybody, Pattaya Owl here. Well, it's 8:45 in the morning. Last night I had a quiet one, just a bowl of Rice Krispies and an early night. Now, I've had a little bit of a plan today. I need to get a residence certificate because I've bought the new motorbike and I need to get the name changed in the green book. So it starts with a residence certificate, and then the next step would be to go to the transportation building and actually complete the change, which the chap who sold it me is going to help me with that bit, but I need to sort the residence certificate. Now, in an ideal world, I've heard you turn up to immigration and you get there nice and early, and potentially you can get it yourself for like 300 baht. There might be a little bit of waiting, I'm not sure. However, I'm not there really early. It's 8:45 now. I've not had any brekkie, but I'll tell you what, let's just go with it and let's see if I end up with a residence certificate. Oh, and we also need to take the scooter back to Pattaya rent-a-car, because now I've bought the new motorbike, there's no point me holding on to the second scooter. Yes, I've had it just less than 2 weeks, but you know what? Let's get it back. Right, so I've dropped the scooter back off at Pattaya Rent-A-Car. Really good service, highly recommend them, no fuss and deposit returned. And it's just here in Pattaya. Right, I'm going to call and get a bottle of water, and then we're going to get a taxi to Chonburi immigration. Now, if you've not tried a toastie from 7-Eleven, and I'm sure a lot of you have, give it a go. It's not my proper breakfast, but it's a little snack before we get into immigration. Delicious. And here we are. Only took 5 minutes. So I've never been here before. I don't know how big the queue is going to be. I'm not here for my visa, because if you don't know, I've got the DTV visa. So this is just for a residence certificate. Let's go in. Right, so I went into the first queue, the information section, not where you saw me walking. I had to come back out, went into the pre-check where they see what forms you've got. So I was missing like a TM something form, copies of my passport, this, that and the other. So it was really good in the fact that the lady told me what I needed. I then was able to go into this place here and pay like 5 baht per photocopy, and then just 100 baht just to help me with the forms, because a lot of it's in Thai and I didn't have a clue. I was borderline just gonna go, sack it, we'll just give it to an agent. But these guys here, they are agents, but they're charging 100 baht just to help you with the paperwork, and then I'll go back in and fingers crossed I might make a bit of progress. So I'm just waiting for my turn to collect the residence certificate. According to the app, I've got 4 people in front of me, so I could be out of here within the hour. Right everyone, I'm out of immigration. I've not got the residence certificate yet. I've got to come back at 2 o'clock to collect it. I've paid the 300 baht. The process was just over an hour, or that first stage. It involved queuing, paperwork, getting a ticket, going into another queue. But eventually, after an hour, I got to a position where I've got a collection ticket to go back at 2 o'clock. Things I needed included a couple of passport pictures, a TM something form filled out, proof of my 12-month rental contract, my actual residence, my DTV e-visa, copy of that. If you haven't got copies, there is a photocopy there and you can do it. There's also little agencies around, as well as cafes, who will help you fill out the form for 100 baht, something like that. So It's a little bit long-winded. It could have been worse. I mean, just over an hour, and I've got to come back after 2 o'clock to collect it. There are probably quicker ways. There are quicker ways of sorting this out, but you know, it's an experience, isn't it? So it's 20 to 11. I'm going to crack on with my day and come back after 2 o'clock to collect it. Right, I'm going to head down here. I think it leads to the beach in Jomtien. You know what? We've just walked past Cheap Charlie's. Let's have a brekkie. For anyone who's not worked out where I am, I'm at Cheap Charlie's, Jomtien, just down the road from the immigration. Food's there. Let's have a look. So this was 199 baht, and that includes an orange juice, a tea, and all this goodness on the plate. 199. That's great value. So I'm going to tuck into this, and I'll see you outside. Right, so I'm just going to have a nice walk down Jomtien Beach to the end, and then I'm going to get back, get the motorbike, and I will see you guys around about 2 o'clock back at the immigration. I'm going to motorcycle in this time, and let's see if I actually get the residence certificate. Well, I've just noticed across the road the Kasikorn Bank, and if you remember on a previous vlog it was closed, and I was just going to see if it was possible to get a bank account on a DTV visa. I am already with Bangkok Bank, but it'd be nice to have that second account. I'll just go and ask, is it possible? That's if they're open. Well, that was worth it, straight to the point, no ifs or buts. Can't get a bank account with these guys on a DTV visa. You need to be on a working visa or a retirement one. And I love that she politely, nicely just got straight to the point. Right, it's that time to make my way back to immigration from Pattaya, and I'll go on the bike. Right, it's 2:15. He said after 2 o'clock, so let's go in. Right everybody, I've got the residence certificate. It wasn't too painful really. I reckon about just over an hour in the morning, and then literally a couple of minutes for the afternoon slot. So, you know, an hour and a half probably tops. The only downside is there's a big gap from the first appointment to then collecting it. So you can't really go out round the bars. I did go for a massage and a bite to eat, so it wasn't too bad. So it is possible to get your own residence certificate. It costs 300 baht for the certificate, about 70 baht in a taxi coming here. I'm on the motorbike this time round, and then I paid 100 baht just to one of the agencies within the same complex of the immigration, just for a little bit of support on the paperwork, because it was like a TM form, but it was in Thai and I couldn't read it. So yeah, pretty painless process. And I thought it might be a bit trickier than that, but it wasn't. But I did get a phone call off the estate agent while I was waiting, and I've got toilet issues. Not me personally, but actually the toilet in the condo is cracked, and I'm going to have to foot the bill for it. So that's a bigger issue. But anyway, as for this one, got what I wanted, and now I'll contact, I think it's Mamo, the guy I bought the motorbike off opposite Kung's, and we'll do a change of ownership with the green book. So if you like this little vlog, give us a thumbs up, share, comment. If you've not already, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. So interestingly, this morning you can come up and down this soi to immigration in any direction you want. 2 o'clock appointment, they've made it a one-way, so literally, thankfully, I was able to park a couple of minutes away rather than up there and having to go all the way around. But yeah, they turn it into a one-way in the afternoon. I don't know if that's a regular thing. Okay.